Good morning, dear friends. Today, we're going to have an important conversation about something that's probably sitting in your refrigerator right now: seafood. You know, for years, we've been told that seafood is one of the healthiest choices we can make, especially as we get older. But what if I told you that some of the most popular seafood options could actually be harming your health, particularly if you're over 60? I want you to think about this for a moment. The global seafood industry is worth billions of dollars, and some of its biggest money makers are foods that millions of seniors eat regularly, believing they're making a healthy choice. The truth is, over 99% of older adults have no idea what these foods are really doing to their bodies. Meanwhile, there are other seafood options that could help rebuild your joints, strengthen your bones, and boost your energy. But you rarely hear about them because they're not as profitable for the big companies. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal the 4 worst seafoods you should avoid after 60, and the 4 best ones that could truly benefit your health. We'll start with the least harmful and work our way down to the most concerning, then share the amazing alternatives that could make a real difference in how you feel every day. Everything I'm sharing with you today is backed by real scientific research. We've spent countless hours reviewing peer-reviewed studies to bring you information you can trust. So, settle in with a cup of tea, and let's get started on this important journey together. The 4 seafoods to avoid. Number 4. Squid, the hidden cholesterol bomb. Let's start with squid, also known as calamari when you see it on restaurant menus. Now, I know what you're thinking. It seems like such a light, innocent choice, doesn't it? It's low in fat, high in protein, and often served in those fancy restaurants. But here's what most people don't realize, especially those of us over 60. Squid is absolutely loaded with cholesterol. Just 3 ounces, that's about the size of a deck of cards, contains nearly 200 milligrams of cholesterol. That's over 65% of what you should have in an entire day, packed into one small serving. Now, when we were younger, our livers could handle dietary cholesterol more efficiently. But as we age, our liver function naturally slows down, which means the cholesterol from our food has a much bigger impact on our blood levels. A recent study from 2021 found that older adults who consumed high amounts of dietary cholesterol were 43% more likely to develop arterial stiffness. This isn't just a number on a chart. Arterial stiffness is one of the early warning signs that can lead to heart attacks or strokes. It's like your blood vessels are losing their flexibility, making your heart work harder with every beat. But there's another problem with squid that many people don't know about. It contains something called purines, which your body breaks down into uric acid. Now, as we get older, our kidneys don't flush out uric acid as efficiently as they used to. When it builds up in your system, it can crystallize in your joints, causing that sharp, burning pain we know as gout. If you've ever experienced gout, you know it's not just uncomfortable. It can be absolutely debilitating. Research has shown that seniors who eat high-purine seafood like squid more than twice a week have a 54% increased risk of developing chronic joint inflammation. So, if you've been waking up with stiff, achy joints, or noticing unexplained swelling in your fingers or toes, your squid consumption might be part of the problem. Number 3. Imitation crab, the great pretender. Moving on to our 3rd problematic seafood, let's talk about imitation crab, also called surimi. You've probably seen it in the grocery store, those neat little sticks that look like crab meat, often used in California rolls or seafood salads. It seems like an affordable, convenient option. But friends, this is one of the biggest food deceptions out there. Imitation crab isn't really crab at all. It's made from a paste of pulverized fish scraps, usually pollock, mixed with starches, sugar, salt, and artificial flavorings. By the time it's processed and shaped into those familiar sticks, it's more of a laboratory creation than actual seafood. It's like comparing a fresh apple to apple-flavored candy. They might taste similar, but the nutritional difference is enormous. One of the biggest concerns for those of us over 60 is how quickly imitation crab spikes our blood sugar. The starches used in making it, things like tapioca and wheat, digest rapidly and convert to glucose almost instantly. A study from 2020 found that imitation crab causes a blood sugar response similar to eating white bread. If you're dealing with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, which many of us are as we age, this can lead to dangerous sugar spikes, followed by energy crashes that leave you feeling tired and foggy. The sodium content is another serious concern. A single serving of imitation crab can contain over 700 milligrams of sodium, and that's before you add any soy sauce or dressings. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at processing salt, and our blood vessels become more sensitive to sodium's effects. This processed salt, combined with additives like monosodium glutamate, can trigger headaches, water retention, and even dizziness. Number 2. Scallops, the silent accumulator. Now, let's discuss scallops. They look so innocent, don't they? Those beautiful, tender medallions seared to perfection in fine restaurants. But for seniors, scallops harbor a hidden danger that most people never hear about. Scallops are what we call filter feeders. They clean the ocean water by filtering it through their bodies. While this makes them nature's little cleaning crews, it also means they accumulate toxins, particularly a heavy metal called cadmium. Unlike other contaminants that might vary based on water conditions, cadmium becomes concentrated in the scallop's tissue naturally. A 2022 study found that even a modest serving of scallops could provide dangerous levels of cadmium. The World Health Organization sets strict limits on cadmium intake because once it enters your body, it's incredibly difficult to remove. It accumulates in your kidneys, and for those of us over 60 whose kidney function is already declining, this is particularly concerning. Over time, cadmium buildup can lead to protein leaking into your urine, higher blood pressure, and a significant drop in energy and stamina. You might notice feeling more tired than usual, or finding that activities that used to be easy now leave you exhausted. These could be signs that your kidneys are struggling. Another surprising fact about scallops is that they're remarkably low in omega-3 fatty acids compared to other shellfish. 100 grams of scallops contain less than 30 milligrams of the essential omega-3s, EPA, and DHA combined. Compare that to oysters, which provide over 500 milligrams in the same serving. So while you think you're getting brain and heart protection from eating seafood, scallops barely deliver any of these crucial nutrients. Number 1. Shrimp, the most deceptive danger. And now, the number 1 seafood to avoid after 60, shrimp. I know this might come as a shock because shrimp is everywhere. It's in our salads, our pasta dishes, our stir-fries. But shrimp poses multiple risks for older adults that make it the most problematic seafood choice. First, let's talk about cholesterol again. Just 3 ounces of shrimp contains about 180 milligrams of cholesterol. As our arteries lose elasticity with age, and our hearts have to work harder, this cholesterol burden becomes increasingly dangerous. A major study that followed over 8,000 adults over 60 found that those consuming more than 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol daily had a 35% higher risk of stroke. But cholesterol is just the beginning. Shrimp contains a protein called tropomyosin that becomes increasingly difficult for our digestive systems to break down as we age. This is why shrimp allergies can suddenly develop in people who've eaten it their whole lives without problems. Research shows that nearly 14% of new shellfish allergies in seniors develop after age 65, often with no warning signs. There's also the issue of chitin, the material that makes up shrimp shells. Even when cleaned, tiny fragments remain in the meat. While younger digestive systems can handle this, older adults often experience bloating, gas, and intestinal inflammation from these indigestible particles. Perhaps most concerning is that most shrimp today is farm-raised, especially the frozen varieties you find in bulk. These farmed shrimp are often treated with antibiotics that are banned in many countries but still show up in imported products. A 2022 study found antibiotic residues in over 40% of tested frozen shrimp samples. Regular consumption of these residues has been linked to antibiotic resistance and disruption of our gut bacteria, the very bacteria we need for proper digestion and immune function. The 4 seafoods you should embrace. Now, I don't want to leave you feeling discouraged. While there are seafoods to avoid, there are also wonderful options that can truly benefit your health as you age. Let me share 4 marine foods that could make a real difference in how you feel every day. Number 4. Sea cucumber, nature's joint healer. Sea cucumber might not look appetizing at first glance, but this unusual marine animal is a true gift for anyone dealing with joint pain or stiffness. It's been used in traditional Asian medicine for centuries, and now modern science is proving why it works. Sea cucumbers are rich in compounds called triterpene glycosides, which work like natural anti-inflammatory medications but without the stomach upset that many pain relievers cause. They also contain chondroitin sulfate, the same compound found in many joint supplements, but in a form your body can absorb much more easily. Research has shown that daily supplementation with sea cucumber extract can reduce joint pain by 35% and improve flexibility in just 12 weeks. The collagen-like compounds in sea cucumber also support skin elasticity and help maintain healthy cartilage. To prepare sea cucumber, it's typically rehydrated and simmered slowly in broth with healing herbs. The gelatinous texture might take some getting used to, but that texture is actually a sign of its high collagen content. Adding it to soups once or twice a week could make a noticeable difference in your joint comfort and overall mobility. Number 3. Green-lipped mussels. The inflammation fighter. Green-lipped mussels from New Zealand are one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory foods. They contain a rare type of omega-3 fatty acid called ETA, which is even more effective than the common EPA and DHA found in fish oil. These special fatty acids work by blocking an enzyme in your body that triggers joint inflammation. This makes green-lipped mussels uniquely effective for reducing pain, stiffness, and swelling, especially in aging knees and hips. In one study, seniors who consumed green-lipped mussel extract daily for 12 weeks reported a 42% drop in joint discomfort and a 35% improvement in their ability to perform daily activities. Beyond joint health, these mussels are packed with zinc, selenium, iron, and iodine, minerals that become harder for our bodies to absorb as we age. If you're dealing with thyroid issues or low energy, these nutrients could be exactly what you need. The best way to prepare green-lipped mussels is to steam them gently with garlic, parsley, and a squeeze of lemon. Don't overcook them. Gentle steaming preserves their anti-inflammatory compounds. They have a slightly sweet, earthy taste that many people find quite pleasant once they try them. Number 2. Oysters, the ultimate nutrient powerhouse. Oysters are truly one of nature's most perfect foods for anyone over 60. They're not just a delicacy. They're like taking a natural multivitamin that your body can actually use. What makes oysters so special is their incredible zinc content. Just 2 medium oysters provide over 100% of your daily zinc needs. This matters enormously as we age because zinc is essential for immune function, wound healing, maintaining healthy testosterone levels, and even preserving our sense of taste and smell. Studies show that 40% of adults over 60 are zinc deficient without even knowing it. Oysters are also one of the best sources of vitamin B12, which protects our nerves and supports energy production. Research has shown that older adults with low B12 levels are 73% more likely to experience cognitive decline. Just 3 ounces of oysters provides more B12 than a full steak. They're also rich in selenium, which acts like a protective shield for your thyroid and immune system, and copper, which is critical for collagen formation and maintaining strong bones. One European study found that seniors with higher dietary copper intake had 18% fewer fractures over a 5-year period. Number 1. Sea moss, the complete healing food. And finally, the number 1 marine food for optimal health, after 60, sea moss, also known as Irish moss. This isn't a fish or shellfish at all, but rather a type of seaweed that might be the most complete natural remedy available for aging bodies. Sea moss contains over 90 trace minerals, nearly every mineral your body needs to function properly. From magnesium and potassium to sulfur, selenium, and iron, all in natural forms that your aging body can actually absorb and use. But what makes it truly special for seniors is its ability to support collagen production. While sea moss doesn't contain collagen itself, it's packed with the nutrients your body needs to make its own collagen, vitamin C, sulfur, and amino acids like proline. Since collagen production drops dramatically after 60, leading to joint stiffness, sagging skin, and digestive problems, this natural support is invaluable. Sea moss also contains a special type of soluble fiber called mucilage that forms a soothing gel in your intestines. This helps heal inflammation, seal tiny holes in the gut lining, and feed beneficial bacteria. Clinical trials have shown that sea moss can reduce bloating and digestive irregularity by over 50% in seniors who consume it regularly. What's remarkable about sea moss is how it supports multiple body systems simultaneously. It helps your thyroid with natural iodine, supports your heart by balancing sodium and potassium, fuels collagen production for joints and skin, and even helps with breathing due to its natural anti-inflammatory properties. To prepare sea moss, rinse it thoroughly and soak it in water for 12 to 24 hours until it expands. Then blend it into a smooth gel. You can take a spoonful daily or add it to smoothies, teas, or soups. Just remember not to boil it. Add it to warm foods instead to preserve its minerals and active compounds. As we wrap up our conversation today, I want you to remember that knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. Every food choice you make can either support your body's natural healing processes or work against them. The seafoods we've discussed today that you should avoid, squid, imitation crab, scallops, and shrimp, might seem like healthy choices on the surface, but they can silently contribute to inflammation, joint pain, and cardiovascular stress. On the other hand, sea cucumber, green-lipped mussels, oysters, and especially sea moss offer your body the raw materials it needs to maintain and even rebuild vital systems. These aren't miracle cures, they're simply foods that work with your body's natural processes rather than against them. Making these changes doesn't have to happen overnight. Start small. Maybe try adding sea moss to your morning smoothie once a week, or enjoy oysters as a special treat. Pay attention to how your body responds. Many people notice improvements in energy, joint comfort, and digestion within just a few weeks. Remember, your body at 60, 70, or beyond is still capable of healing and thriving when given the right support. You deserve to feel strong, energetic, and comfortable in your own body, no matter your age. These dietary choices are one powerful way to support that goal. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your health matters, and you're worth the effort it takes to make these positive changes. Here's to your health and vitality in the years ahead.